Hi, I'm Beck, psychologist and EMDR practitioner. Occasionally I'll get a client who has suffered severe trauma, has PTSD, and has tried EMDR, but by the time they get to me, no, it doesn't work. It's too overwhelming. So they might have overwhelming body sensations. They might say that they had dissociation, that they couldn't ground themselves, that the room was spinning, that they felt nauseous. These are all realistic possibilities when you enter EMDR. However, that's unhelpful to build up that level of fear. And sometimes as practitioners, we don't realize the level. So perhaps clients will come with part of the story and they might not even realize that that's just the tip of the iceberg, and that under that particular event is a whole lot of stored trauma that then when it surfaces, the psyche just doesn't cope, thereby having strong enough symptoms to say, leave me alone, leave me alone. And we always respect that, because at the end of the day, resistance around therapy is protective. And so we're not angry, we're not frustrated, we're not angsty about that part of us that we call resistance, because we really need to understand that that actually has our best interests at heart, and it's trying to protect us from overwhelm. So the approach we take when that happens is thank you. Thank you for showing me that there is that under the surface there. Great. The more information, the better, because then we know our next move. We've got that psychological fluidity that I've talked about before, to be dealing with things in real time as they show up. We don't have firm expectations that then become rigid. And so anything that is an affront to those rigid expectations becomes a frustration. We don't have that. We've got adaptability, we've got ease, we've got fluidity. So we work with our resistance with that attitude. Okay, great. Yep. Now I've got more information. Good. And so what I would say, if this is you and you really want to access the benefits of EMDR, but you've had an experience of overwhelm, is start with progressive muscle relaxation. Because PTSD at the end of the day is extreme resistance. It's a stored resistance that hasn't been able to be processed, to be released, and to move through the body at real time, because at the time there was too much overwhelm. Or perhaps if you're a first responder or you're in the military, what is required of you is to shut down parts of yourself. So the resistance then becomes to the parts of yourself that might react differently. So then we fragment ourselves. So whatever the resistance, and we don't have to intellectualize that, it doesn't matter. We just recognize that PTSD comes from that state of resistance, and what we're going to do is we're going to open our system again for it to move through. Now, if EMDR does that too quickly, all at once, that's when we get lightheaded, the room spins, we feel sick, we don't know where we are in time, everything becomes a blur. We ground back down through our feet, we breathe. EMDR becomes a future goal, and what becomes important now is even just tracking one part of your body, so perhaps a fist, a hand. Track it in real time through the day. And anytime you find a clenching or a rigidity in your fist, in your jaw, in your shoulders, just pick one. Pick one location to focus on over a period of a week. And every day, as a micro habit, now remember, micro habits create tsunamis. Imagine establishing a micro habit of ease, of openness, of relaxation in one part of your body over a period of a year, 2 years, 5 years. 10 years. Imagine how much fluidity and ease you could start to root into your body. Start small. Just pick one area and relax it. Now, if chronic tension has become the norm, this is where progressive muscle relaxation comes in. And that is tighten the part of your body. Don't crack your teeth, but just clamp down on your jaw for 3, 2, 1. And then relax it with your breath and exhale like butter, just melting your fist, if that's what you've chosen, or one, even one will do. Clench, 3, 2, 1, and then the sensation of relaxing. Your toes, clench your toes, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And you'll have the sense of ease. That is progressive muscle relaxation, and that is a great place to start if EMDR is too much.